The only shots of Chicago and the stock footage were garbage. Hi, everybody. We are live. We're discussing our intro, which is never good enough for Giovanni. Fuck
Commercial.
you, Giovanni.
Commercial.
Fabian asked, what the fuck happened? Well, you don't know what the fuck happened? I forgot to put the intro into a new scene I created because there's, as you can see, there's only 3 of us now. Like, we are the most, we are just kind of like, I can't even think of the word now. Multiple personalities.
Really?
Like, this stream never is the same. Like, 1 week it's 3 of us, 1 week it's 4 of us, 1 week it's 2 of us, and then there was 1. Hi, everybody. We're reviewing a movie today. How are you guys doing tonight? How was your week been? Giovanni's been pulling trucker hours.
Yeah, but I'm getting that stripper money, so I'm pretty good with it.
Well, you're getting that trucker money, just you don't have the weird kidnapping and graping thing going on.
Speaking of truckers,
Turd.
did you guys see
I have
that
a pretty
trucker?
mouth. Sorry.
Did you guys see that trucker in the 290 that fucking was swerving back and forth and finally ended up?
Yeah,
hitting
what
the
was that
fucking-
about? Did they
bridge?
say why he was
I haven't
Swerving
heard
like
anything
that?
else. I haven't heard anything
That's
else about
fucking
that.
crazy?
The
Wait,
guy
was he just
fucking-
like killing people, or?
No, he was traveling over like
Sponsored by
the
Truly.
one lane.
It's not sponsored by Truly. That's a goddamn lie, unless Truly wants to pay some moolah.
He kept swerving into the second lane, but he was riding the shoulder the whole time. So you know he heard that rumbling sound that you
Oh yeah,
hear
no,
on-
he heard it.
he
Oh,
heard
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so annoying too, because when
Dude,
they do
that's-
construction, they still they don't fucking do anything to those lanes until the very end.
Nope.
So then you're driving and it's like you're in your lane, but you're oh fuck, and you're just like, did I blow a tire? No, asshole. It's
Yeah.
just your taxpayer dollars aren't utilized properly.
So this fucking driver he kept fucking swerving into both those lanes, and he came close like over and over, like inches away from the fucking wall of the bridge, and finally in the last one he just fucking slammed right into it, fucking blew the whole fucking trailer up and everything.
I mean, even if he fell asleep, that bump has
Yeah.
to wake you up.
Yeah, but there was people out there defending him, saying maybe he had a heart attack, but he was
best-
cognizant. He was fucking driving.
The best trucker.
Why would you
video I
automatically
saw-
give him the benefit of the doubt though? Like, I'm sorry, maybe I'm just a pessimist, but like if I see that, I'm not, my first instinct isn't like, oh man, what if he's having a medical condition? I'm like, no, look at this asshole.
He's fucking.
Look at
drunk or
this
something.
fucking guy. He's
The
drunk,
best-
this piece of shit, this fucking
Yeah.
on-speed trucker.
That's what
The best
that would've been
trucker
me.
video I saw was inside the cabin. The guy's driving, and he has his curtain up for his back room, and he falls asleep, and he's going off the road, and then the truck starts to flip, and he's trying to hold on, and the truck is tilting, and some naked ass hooker comes flying out of the back of the cabin.
Hey, you have respect. They are lot lizards. What if it's just his girlfriend or something though?
Dude, and she's screaming, the truck is going, and then it hits, and she fucking pinballs inside the cabin.
Oh,
It was hilarious. Nothing happened to anybody because the video continues to play, and she gets up like, what the fuck happened? He's like, I don't know. He's still in his chair. She's all over the place because he has a seatbelt. At
Yeah,
least he had a
he's
seatbelt
belted
on.
in.
Like,
too bad her bed didn't come with a fucking seatbelt in the back.
it was
there.
fucking hilarious though.
Have
Made
you
me
ever
laugh.
seen the video of like it's an old man and with his like grandson or son, I don't know, whatever, and the old man falls asleep like at the wheel, and and like he ends up waking up and he's like, son of a bitch tried to hit me, and like the guy didn't, like nobody, like it's just he's literally, there's a dash here, you know what? I
Yeah,
got
show it. Like, you
Yeah,
could show
yeah,
it.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this screen
hilarious.
is so teeny.
He's so cute.
Okay. There's a big boy.
I
Ah!
have seen that.
What the fuck? Okay.
$232 million. It's unclear what type of award they will receive. I'm Carly Shimkus, and that's Fox Trending. Thank you, Carly. Well, a petition to change when Halloween is celebrated is gaining steam.
The Halloween and Costume
You could hear him
Association
snoring,
is
too.
proposing the holiday be celebrated on the last Saturday in October rather than October 31st. The association cites safety as a big factor.
Yeah, he's trying.
They claim that Halloween is
He's
very
failing,
dangerous
but he's
because
trying.
parents are in
Wha!
to accompany children
I'm about to say he's
trick-or-treating.
struggling so hard.
He's going the Nicolas Cage. Rah.
Time hours after
That shake of the head.
Does nothing.
Of injury. The group says
Look at him. He's like, I gotta sneeze. No, I just try not to fall asleep. Keep the demons away.
Rob Dawson,
Oh, fuck it. I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
In central Vermont.
The radio. Oh, God damn it.
Thanks for doing.
The guy pushed me in the damn road! Get over, get off!
This poor guy was just trying to take a nap. And you know what? That might be a relative of mine somehow. But he's just trying to take a
Wait.
sleepy.
Did he yell, "God damn it, highway"?
No, he said, God damn it, get off. He's trying to tell him to pull off the road because he knows that the old man has already tried to kill him. This is attempted murder, by the way.
Oh my god, that shit's
But yeah,
fucking
those
hilarious.
videos like this, like, they're part of me is like, oh, I feel bad for the old man.
Yes.
But how do you not laugh? Because his first, like, God damn it! And he's just like trying not to kill them both. Hilarious. We're talking about a movie today. Let's see if it blows up the screen. There we go. Oh, I don't like where the chat is. Chat's blocking. I don't know. Chat. Okay. We're reviewing a movie. I'm only going to show you a little bit of the footage because, like, for one thing, this is a 3-minute long trailer. And within this trailer, I watched it. It gives away, like, the whole fucking movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
It does,
If-
yeah.
it's ridiculous how much this thing gives away. But here's the trailer. Here's a little bit from the Adam Project, which is the film we'll be previewing today, or reviewing. And that's all you get to see.
Everybody slow down. There's no one
That's
even
it.
following us. Don't look back. Look up.
I think we're about to have some company. Stop the car.
What? What?
All right, I will say that that's actually pretty cleverly edited together, considering. But it's really what they take out really isn't all that much. Like, they take out the wrong stuff.
So
It's just way too
initially,
much to be given away.
Like
And
the
we say
opening of the trailer,
bye-bye.
I would have thought that this was a alien movie.
Which that's the
Yeah.
thing is it's not. It really it does make itself seem like it's a much grander scale than it is.
Yeah.
Because realistically, it's a future movie technically, but what you never see the future in, which is one of my big complaints about it. Where, like, throughout the movie, Ryan Reynolds alludes to this disgusting, terrible. I think he says we've seen Terminator, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like you never see that, so it's like, is that true?
The opening of this movie, they could have, instead of panning right into space, they could have rolled some of the earlier credits, panned through the city maybe on Earth, and followed the jet into space. Like,
Well,
and then now
when
you
he
can start the
steals it?
movie.
Why don't
Yeah.
you? Why don't you show anything before he's in the he's already in space? Like, the movie starts where he's already out of the planet. Like, why couldn't you show the last 5 minutes of that chase? Like, just show him stealing it and boom. But show
already
this.
an hour.
Show the city.
It was already an hour and 46 minutes. They could have added on another fucking 10
But
15 minutes.
I wouldn't have minded so much if through the movie he actually talks about the future. Because the kids ask him, like, where are you from? What is it like? And it's like, oh, it's shit. Like, if you're gonna give me
Yeah.
that, give me a view of it. Something.
Yeah, and then, like, I will say this movie had one of the cheapest filmed looking shots I've ever seen since 90s B movies, which is the end where he meets her again and they walk off down that hallway. What the fuck was that supposed to be?
I think that was supposed to be Academy.
But
Yeah.
the architecture of the building,
It was a little weird,
like,
right?
what cheap ass fucking set did you film this on?
Like, if I don't know, I guess it was supposed to be on Earth, but I could believe that if they were in a ship. I thought it was like maybe a grand ship.
It was garbage. It feels like a thing they were like, we're gonna film something to wrap this up a little bit more, and it's like we've got a hallway in the fucking studio suites. We could film it real quick. We'll just do weird shading with it. Or they were like, we got a green screen. We'll just fill it in the background. We got to film this now though to tie it together.
Mhm.
Well, talking about green screen, did you notice the young fucking Soren, whatever her name is?
Still much better than any of the Marvel shows.
Oh my
What I
god,
found
no,
out, it
dude.
was
No,
supposed
Marvel
to
shows
be
can't be that
bad.
bad. Are they that bad?
Have
Dude,
you
no,
seen She-Hulk?
Jen and I watched this last night, and one of the things I pointed out was how fucking bad that's. Because here's the problem: it's an entirely different woman,
Yeah, it's not even
and they just
her
like
age.
mapped her gross face
mapped
to
her
it.
face.
Not
The
even age makeup.
the CG modeling they did for her on the big monitor in the like lobby of the building was better than the one that was acting in the movie.
I think the younger version of her was better when she stood still. Like when she was in her office not moving, I think it was fine. When she started moving though, I was like, oh Jesus. It was not good.
That CG
All-
from that part gave me Spirit Within. Remember Final Fantasy Spirit Within?
Oh my
God.
god.
No, that was
yes.
better than I feel that was this it
But
was
the
it was
mouse
almost like
was
one
the
of my
mouse.
refaces in a fucking Netflix movie. It was bad. Like it wasn't good at all. That's the crazy thing, dude.
So this is what you do. You got to clip those, like do little clips with the little song at the back, and then pause it at the end, and just it's you coming in and be like, "This is shit," and then it's like Nerdattude
No,
movie podcast.
we're gonna do a tri level of shittiness. I'm gonna reface the bad CG of the woman. Fuck it. It's gonna get weird up in here.
God.
So the movie, okay, so the movie's not terrible. I like the movie. The dialogue is really the best part of the movie, and the action is surprisingly decent. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Sean Levy handle a Star Wars movie. Like
Oh yeah, no,
he didn't do too
yeah.
bad. Like,
I
and he
also-
also did Free Guy as well, and he's doing the next Deadpool movie.
I also think the chemistry between the two Adams were pretty good. Fucking Ryan
That
Reynolds.
kid
and
was-
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
kid
a
was
fan of kid
perfectly
actors.
cast. Yeah,
Yeah.
But that kid was really good.
I love the parts where he's like, "You're an asshole," and then the kid's just a total dick to Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, at the beginning.
And I always
Oh,
feel
God,
bad.
yeah.
Like I was feeling bad last night about it. I was like, "Oh man, this kid's a dick."
So I'm glad you mentioned that, the feeling bad part, not the dick part. But if you take Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor, his style of humor out of this is a depressing fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like,
If you
really
remove
is sad.
Ryan Reynolds, if Mark Ruffalo was playing Ryan Reynolds' role and not an autistic professor, it would have been a much just like, why did we watch that? Like, you remember? Have you guys seen Children of Men?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Children of Men is such a depressing movie. You have to find a beheading video to cheer up. Children of Men,
That bad?
it's a great movie, but you walk away with such a fucking knot in your stomach of just pure like.
What's the
Like,
name of that Viggo Mortensen movie? Road.
The Road, yeah,
Road?
Shay's
Oh,
favorite book.
God.
And here's the thing about Cormac
That was fucking
McCarthy novels.
depressing as well.
They're basically directly translated to movies. The book is just as much, if not obviously more depressing than the movie. The Road, once again, it's not a bad movie, but like Book of Eli was kind of like The Road, but you had fun kung fu. Like, The Road didn't have anything fun. It's just like, I guess we'll have to eat our dog now. It's like, I don't want to watch this. I'll go watch the other one here.
So was it-
History of
was it-
Violence is my favorite Viggo Mortensen movie. Fuck the Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings.
Was it more depressing, the Road and Children of Men? Were they more depressing than the movie Alex and I like with what's his face? Oh my god, what is it
Which
called?
one?
He's all alone on the planet, and the girl he has, he's really hallucinating. The
Oh,
one Matt can't stand. Is it more depressing than that one?
Oh, the George Clooney movie?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because man, you were like, this fucking movie's depressing.
No, that one's still pretty heavy in the depression column. That movie is one of the few movies that has given me a massive amount of anxiety while nothing is going on in the movie. All he's trying to do is like use his fucking snowmobile to not die. And then it's like, nah, man, you're in the water now. And he's like, oh shit, it's cold, I can't swim. And then it's like, by the way, a big chunk of this is gonna fall on top of you. Like, basically, he's going through the same odds that Tony Stark went through in Iron Man 3 when his fucking house collapses on him in the ocean. Like, and then he still survives it. And then the whole movie, I'm like, that little kid's not real. And my Jen's like, you think so? I was like, I know so. And then sure enough, she's not fucking real. A, is it predictable? B, is it still fucking depressing? Because he's a good actor. I mean, he looks like shit in the movie, but he's a good actor. You know,
I think he's directing another movie.
you know what? I hope
Another movie coming
he
out.
needs to direct a movie about fucking lightening the fuck up. Like he needs to what? Oh man, I got a joke I can't say. Oh, oh.
Well, on that
I'm
note,
becoming a Patreon soon.
the kid is actually going to be in Percy Jackson TV series coming up.
Oh, is he
was
Percy
also-
Jackson?
Yeah, he's going to be Percy Jackson.
That'd be a good one. He has the
also-
right attitude for it.
He's also in that new fucking movie with what's his name? Wow, Owen Wilson.
Oh, that superhero one.
Secret Headquarters.
Can I just say that kid, once he gets older, would be perfect for a Scott Pilgrim remake?
Yes, absolutely.
Or he'll just go down the Ryan Reynolds career. He'll have like 2 girls, a guy in a pizza place, or two girls, a guy in a bagel shop. I don't know, something.
He'll do the remake of it, the revamp.
He'll be in Nan Wilder, the Irish version. Hi, laddies, toga. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, what do you guys think of this movie?
I really liked it.
I know.
there was a
Yeah,
lot of-
you talked early on because you've watched this a while back.
Yeah. There was like a lot of like that witty banter between him and Ryan Reynolds, that kid, that Ryan Reynolds, and also like the references that he kept doing to all the time travel movies and stuff, and Star Wars. It was kind of cool, like just
It's a
seeing, like,
lightsaber.
from the kid's point of view, like, and it's not a bad kid actor. That's the thing.
No, he was
Kid
pretty
not a
good.
bad actor.
Yeah, he was good. He
So
was
that,
good.
that's what I liked about it. It's tough to find fucking movies where the kid actors are actually decent.
Yeah.
All right.
I loved Ryan Reynolds in this movie, but who doesn't?
He, people do complain he plays himself all the time, but I gotta be honest with you, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I will say
Not bad at all.
and for me at least, The Rock is just about played out now for me. Like I was all in. I was like watching all of his shit. Whatever. It's junk food movies. It's popcorn garbage movies. But I am at the point now, just like he's.
I
Just
like
get rid of him now that he's invaded
The
DC.
Rock-
He thinks he is DC.
He's also in NFL.
XFL.
Oh my
No, he's also in the NFL. He was on there yesterday for.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they also didn't the Buffalo Bills game have Ozzy play at their halftime? Like,
And they never showed it. They said, "Oh, here comes the halftime show," and they never showed Ozzy fucking
the
singing.
fuck is going on?
Because he was standing there like this. He just looked like he was being held up with a stick in the back, and he was just like singing.
Was it what song was it?
Was it something? Was Project 9 or something 9?
He's doing like an NSYNC music. Going on the rails on a crazy dream.
Dude, it looked like they had the fucking
just-
microphone stand up his back.
You
holding it
know,
up.
how they have like in Japan the dudes in the dark suits behind the black screen, and it's just
Yeah.
hello everybody,
And when they
hello
move,
too
they-
far back,
they separate
gentlemen.
the body. They separate the body.
Oh, that's
It was so
terrible. He's a fucking puppet, man.
bad. He
I
looked
know,
bad.
he's
He
so
looked
bad.
on stage. But they never even showed him perform. So it
He's
was
like,
that's why.
Sharon!
Maybe the show started. They were like, "We gotta cut this. We gotta cut this quick."
Ozzy gonna look up, hello!
They weakened at Bernie's him and shit.
Can you imagine being that roadie? You're the roadie that has to handle the fucking marionette Ozzy.
Oh,
Yeah, I like this movie too. It's just there are things that they could have cut out some of the emotional element and added more action.
I don't mind so much the action, but to Matt's
it
point,
was-
it's a time travel movie. They should have done more time jumps.
With literally
Yeah.
2 instances of time travel and virtually everything is the same.
Yep.
Like,
Like if that
this is-
ship was going down or the reactor was going bad, rather than say, "Hey, we only have enough for one more jump," how about like we jump and like, "Oh shit, we ended up like in the dinosaur age. We need to recharge." Like you could have jumped to different time zones real quick and been like, "Fuck, okay, we're where we need to be, but I'm out of juice." Like they could have done that shit.
Well, if you were smart and you really wanted to set up a sequel, you would have had Ryan Reynolds come back 20 years later back into the past to work with the young, like, end the movie off. If you're good, like, let's say you were planning on making a sequel, and you like the idea I think should be like a 45, 50-year-old Ryan Reynolds come back to talk to his 25-year-old self and try to get him to remember that time travel exists and all of this shit happened.
Mm.
Like, because where else do you go from here? You did the kid element. If you're going to keep with that theme, at least. I will say a lot of the CG in the movie looked amazing. The lightsaber, the in the woods with the floaty dudes, the action was well shot. It was well
I
choreographed.
did like the fight scenes with that.
Yeah,
staff,
it
too.
made Ryan
That was
Reynolds
pretty
like seem like he was one of the dudes from the fucking raid It was very Star Wars-ish, like how I'd like to see Jedi fighting. I thought it was pretty cool.
It seemed a little more.
Isn't that
practical
sad
because-
now? You see Jedi fighting in movies that you want to see Jedi fighting, and it's not in the movie you want to see it
Dude,
in. Like,
I don't understand anybody who is a fucking Last Jedi apologist.
I don't either. I don't get it.
It's
Those
so
last 3 movies,
like
were fucking
there's
shit.
one fight scene and it's much more a dance than it is a lightsaber battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, even the Obi-Wan show, because I haven't watched it, but I fucking YouTubed all the lightsaber battles. Even those seemingly are shot better and more between him and Darth Vader are shot okay. But it's just
Dude,
like
that initial fight scene was so violent between him when Darth Vader meets him again.
See,
I was like, holy
I'm gonna say
shit.
this, and maybe this is gonna lose me street cred or whatever, nerd cred, but I still think if you want to watch Star Wars movies with action being the focal point, you have to go to the prequel series.
Episode 1, 2, and 3. They were good. The only thing I don't like about the prequels is it was heavy on the politics. It
Yeah,
was great action,
the
but it was
CG
heavy on the
flying.
politics.
but those movies also progressed, right? Like the first one was much more of not a kids movie, but it was like the first couple Harry Potter movies. It was much more adaptable to the kids. And then
They were trying to start over with the audience. They wanted
Yeah.
to be the young kids.
but then 2 and 3 got increasingly violent. Number 2, half of the movie is lightsaber battles.
Doesn't
Yeah,
he cut
it's
off
the war.
Dooku's head in that one?
Yeah, he beheads him.
Yeah.
Then you have the whole war. Then you have them in the pit with Samuel Jackson and all the Jedis in the circle going at it. Like, it is the whole second half of the movie is awesome sci-fi Star Wars action. Then the third one goes super dark, has some of the best lightsaber battles ever made. That final lightsaber battle between him and Anakin is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
So like,
I would argue that's the best lightsaber battle
Yeah.
in the whole series.
and like here's even in Attack of the Clones with or whatever the second one was, Attack of the Clones, right?
I think so.
Third was Revenge of the Sith.
Attack of the Clones.
First
and
one
then
was the fucking child one. Phantom
the first,
Menace?
I think yeah, Phantom Menace. The first one has the second best battle between Darth Maul and.
See, here's
and
the
the
thing
other-
is, like, that was the right... Like, Lucas at least had enough forethought to understand, like, we need to modernize the, like... Because the lightsaber battles, as cool as they were in the 80s and 70s, do they really hold up?
Mm.
And, like, that's nothing against the movie. They're still great movies. I still do love the original, 4 through 7, but... Or what? 4, 5, and 6. But it's just, like, the prequel trilogy is where you're at for action. The current trilogy is where you're at for modern politics and modern, call it what you want. I mean, it was pandering. It was for one thing, it was pandering to the wrong audiences. They took what fans were crying out for and they shit all over it. And they were just like, you know what? We know you want to see Luke the Jedi. We're not going to give it to you.
If they didn't trust the name, like Star Wars is a staple. Like, don't change the fucking chemistry to bring in new people. You don't have to. Just keep the story going. Star Wars is known well enough that you'll bring in new people. Like that was a problem.
If those nerds would have had children, their children would have been
Exactly. Like that's an automatic. An automatic.
No, the problem is it's the nerds' children working on it now, and they're the new dumb generation of feelings. Hey, it'd be really
Can you
cool.
imagine-
I don't
can you
feel that
imagine,
would be
like,
cool.
Those kids' generations, like they're like, yeah, dude. It's like, oh, your dad's so cool. He lets you smoke pot. Yeah, but he wants me to watch Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars. It's an argument in our house every weekend. He's like, you have to watch Star Wars.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a video. Here's the so there's this video of this. You ever see the video of this dad who is in his 40s, but he's like the cool dad, and like there's these fake videos where he stages it, where it's like how I interact with my daughter.
Oh, God,
and
I
it's
fucking
like,
hate that.
and it's like, yeah, no, there's gonna be drinking, and I might drink, and it's like anything goes on, you give me a call, and it's like that's how you hit, and it's like I'm gonna bash your fucking brain in. I swear to God, like I get where he's coming from, and his core message is like you can't raise children with the iron fist, and being understanding is gonna get you a better relationship with your child overall, and he's not wrong, but it's just fucking cringe, and I'm gonna look for it real quick.
While you're looking for it, my thing for me is with my kids, I can't stop them from doing what they're gonna do, but I can tell them, hey, I don't think you should be doing this, and
Exactly, because you know what? If you tell them no, they're gonna
Yeah.
go fucking do it,
right, they're gonna fucking just disregard whatever you said,
and then they're gonna do it wrong. And like, so I started drinking with the family when I started drinking alcohol, but I started drinking with you guys, and I learned my limits with family. I learned how to handle myself with family, and that's what I do with my
Stop
younger
lying.
brother
You
Isaac.
saw me come home drunk, and you were saying, "I don't want to be like Theo Alex." I remember.
No, I don't want to hear the lectures that Alex gave me when you came home
No,
drunk.
that was Uncle Freedom that started those.
But I did with Isaac too. Like, hey, learn your limits with us, learn who you can trust with us, and then when you go out and your friends start handing you drinks, you know where you stand. Hey, if you want to get crazy, that's on you, but you know where you stand, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, because if you told them no, they're gonna go fucking do it.
It's more like a challenge than anything when you say
Yeah.
no, don't.
Dude, how does something go viral and I can't fucking find it?
That's that YouTube algorithm.
Look up white dad. No,
Dude, the amount of creators who are like
Crack a
rising
motherfucker.
against YouTube are insane.
white dad raises child.
Dude, I literally just YouTube dad gives daughter, because the one video is her boyfriend broke up with her, so he's like, here, take my credit card and go to the mall and have some emotional
fuck
shopping.
that.
And like I typed in dad gives daughter credit card because her boyfriend broke up with her. And I'm literally getting the video where the boyfriend goes to break in the house and the father shoots through the fucking door and kills him. What the fuck, YouTube? I'm like, here, I'll show you. This is like, I'll show you exactly what I fucking searched and what I'm
It's
getting.
fucking awesome.
What is happening?
So like I searched, and if you can see, it says dad gives daughter credit card because boyfriend broke up. Maybe I should put with her, huh? Nope, more clickbait bullshit. Somebody pointing a gun for a PS5. Here's the boyfriend getting shot through the door in, I think, Ohio. This guy's over here, police interview, Ohio dad. Oh, that's
Wasn't it like TikTok viral? So maybe try adding TikTok.
I don't do Chinese propaganda anymore, man. That was an interesting video to watch. Also, oh, the Ohio one, yeah, dude. It's that kid was definitely off, but I mean, the guy did give him every fair warning he can get. Yeah, I'm not seeing it because it's like. Here, let me minimize it.
Maybe the TikTok master can help us, Fabian. Did you see that fucking beheading that happened?
Fabian
here in
loves
Illinois?
feeding the dictatorship.
Or no, that was San Francisco.
What beheading?
This fucking guy that he beheaded his fucking girlfriend in the streets of fucking San Francisco.
Jesus.
Yeah, he took his sword and fucking cut her head off in front of people.
A sword? What era do we live in? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
I mean, I own several swords
up.
myself, so I don't.
Well, no, I get it, but like, if you were gonna kill your wife, would you take her in the middle of the street and behead her like she's fucking Ned Stark?
No.
All right.
Maybe the guy was watching a little too much Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Fucking yeah, Robert Baratheon. All right. So I forgot how to zoom in. Fuck this game, bro.
Fuck this game.
I'm out. Alex, what is this? 40% of American kids think hot dogs are bacon and plants.
Hot dogs. Are we gonna give our hot dogs for Adam project?
We're getting there. Yeah.
We'll get there, bro. It's called
So they did
organic.
This group did this fucking study about kids in the U.S. that fucking they gave them these categories of foods and told them to put them in categories where they think they come from, and it's pretty fucking disgusting that 46% of these kids fucking thought that hot dogs come from trees.
Cheese was commonly misidentified as plant-based.
French fries come from animals, they said. And these are children 4 to 7 years old. So what the fuck is our parents, in this world doing?
Popcorn and almonds were also commonly misclassified as animal-based, each by more than 30% of the children. Hopefully not. Hopefully these kids figure out how to pull themselves out of the equation via accidents and such, maybe airborne illnesses, whatever. Most children in the United States eat animal products, but unlike adults who have built up an arsenal of strategies to justify I don't have to justify the consumption of animals. I'm hungry. Lunch meat is delicious. Don't need to justify. Children appear to be native meat eaters. Oh, so you mean to tell me, like, maybe biologically humans might be fucking meat eaters, you goons? The current study suggests that children eat meat unknowingly. So children just walking around and it's like, oh, candy, oh, and it's like pork. It's uncooked pork. They just think it's candy.
It's candied pork.
Like,
Candied pork is
no,
delicious.
that's barbacoa, you fucking idiot. Rather than manage the inconvenience of cooking several meal options or confront the emotions that may become emotions. This is the problem, right? Because we're raising these fucking kids, and the thing about it is that, like, if, let's say shit goes down, everybody, for one thing, if you're in America, you're entitled to be born an American. You have a certain privilege that most of the world doesn't, whether you think so or not, whether you think the country's the worst country in the world, or whether you love it and you want to kiss the soil, you are entirely privileged and entitled to be born an American. So you don't understand the outside world. If you've never traveled to the outside countries, you don't understand the world. You just understand America. But this idea that, like, emotions, like, I get it. Bacon comes from a pig, right? You do understand when it comes to survival, I will slaughter the fucking pig in front of the child, skin it, and throw it on the goddamn fire in front of it.
You ever see that billboard where it says, "Where do you draw the line on eating meat?"
At horse.
It's between the dog and the horse.
Yeah,
it's like right here.
Maybe if I have to, this one over here.
Dude, like in school, I mean, schools still teach that Columbus is still a hero, and some schools the Holocaust didn't happen. Like,
wait. What schools teach the fact that the Holocaust didn't happen? That's
dude, you read look up the articles. Yeah, like it's insane.
There's certain states that are like that. Like Illinois is not one.
No, but what do they teach? Like, is it just the fact that they don't go over it, or are they teaching that it never happened?
Not real, and it didn't happen.
I need you to pull me up a source for that. We've said it on air, and I don't believe that. Because this is I got another thing to bitch about.
Okay, I'm gonna have to exit. I don't.
Oh, I'll look it up. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search on it, and we'll see. Oh man, my bad spelling is like fucking.
Yeah, mine too.
Did any kids do that? Southlake. Where's Southlake? That sounds like Illinois, right? I don't think it is though. Texas.
It's
top administrator with the Carroll Independent School advised teachers last week that they have a book about the Holocaust in their classroom, they should offer students access to a book from an opposing perspective.
Yeah,
what?
I got the same thing.
Yeah, there it is.
See that is goofy though.
Holocaust denial.
Well, no, I know what Holocaust, but that, I mean that's not necessarily. But here's the thing: is that Holocaust denial, or is this just the PC bullshit doing what it does, right? Because the whole thing is there needs to be an opposing view, right? We need both different sides, right? So is this?
Oh my god, am I still here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What is I thought I exited out. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Oh my god, am I still
Giovanni looked like he died there for a second.
My apologies.
I mean, I don't know what this is. I know this seems to me more like people are trying to like overstep and be like, well, no, if they're going to teach this, they have to teach this. Now, my question is like, what credible like viewpoint has the opposite view of like, oh, there's no Holocaust?
That's the argument. Like they're like, so from their point of view, they're like, well, if you're offering this information, kids should have chance to be access this, but that information's not. This happened like that. What are you doing? Like
they should be able to fucking see this fake news.
See, here's the thing. I will say the panic in his face was great. Fabian says. Now I will say the idea of like, it's kind of all the same though, isn't it? Where we have hit that point of just like, no, I mean there's
if it's on the internet, it's real.
There's people that want to. There's people that want in schools want the idea of communism as a positive to be taught.
I heard about that too. Yeah, no,
So
I heard that.
it's the same sort of concept. Hi, Sylvia Diaz. Hello, welcome in.
Hey, welcome.
Some
Fabian
schools are
sent
bringing
you, huh?
spanking back. Did you hear that?
That's a little weird to me.
It is a little weird. Like
Like
what?
if I'm a parent and I found out that a teacher like hit my kid, yeah, I don't know how I'd react to that. All right, well,
what state
I guess
doing that?
motherfucking assault's legal then now, isn't it? Let's go.
What state is
And-
doing
and
that?
it's-
But it has to be with permission from the parents. to
Yeah,
get to
it's
spank their
with
children.
permission, but to a point, like if the teacher, if you get a substitute or somebody in there who can't handle the fucking kids,
Dude,
and they're not caught up on who they can hit and who they can't,
when I was
it
in
just takes one.
when I was in 8th grade, my 8th grade teacher retired like 2 months into the year.
Was that Taco?
Yeah. So then we
Okay.
had the rest of the year we had substitutes for our teacher. One of them, and this is the same guy that tripped on a kid's backpack and just went boom, fucking hard. He had lost his shit to the point where he called us all terrorists, and he goes, "You're all terrorists. You know what terrorists do? They still terror. You're terrorists." Didn't see him again.
He was vice principal for a while.
No, that wasn't that guy. The one you're thinking of was a dude we all called Coach G, and he had a suggestions box that he would put in his classroom, and he was like, "If you guys have any suggestions, write them in there." And of course, 8th grade pieces of shit from a ghetto fucking school, being 8th grade pieces of shit, wrote heinous things in there. So the one girl, we had an assignment we had to do, and she said, "Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this?" And he basically ripped the thing off the fucking wall. It was like, "This is why!" And he and it just like threw a bunch of shit off of his desk.
Who was Coach G? What was his name?
Ginsburg. And I don't
Well, I've never seen that guy.
I don't remember
What is that? What the fuck is that?
basically that was his reaction. And he actually got promoted to the supervisor of the math program in all regional high schools or all city high schools. So when I was in high school, I'm walking through the halls and I'm like, "Holy shit." Like, and I didn't have any problem with this guy. Like, he was all right to me. I was like, "It's this fucking dude." And like, that was the last time I saw him, but I remember he was our 8th grade dude, and I saw him like sophomore or junior year in high school. Yeah, he flipped his fucking shit that day. And I always found it funny because then, like, right after, he's like slowly picking his books up and his papers he threw off his desk, and it's like, "Yeah, now you gotta pick up your fucking mess, don't you, asshole?"
Dude, I remember Mr. Stamatakos. He drove his Corvette, and I'm like, I know you can't afford that on this salary, but okay. And he had the jar of mayonnaise that he sat on the windowsill.
I don't know, man.
Never opened.
Those 90s, early 2000s teachers might have been making, like, in the vice, because you gotta remember, at a certain point, he was vice principal, and he had tenure for a while.
Also,
that's true.
Also,
That's
a lot
true.
of them. Also, a lot of them actually did a lot of investing in stocks.
He did it so much he had to have the fucking TV in his room every day with the fucking stock ticker running with his stupid cans of Coke, the fucking asshole.
One of my old teachers that was teaching fucking photography, he fucking had stock in Winston, and he calls me by my last name. He's like, what do you smoke? I was like, "Yeah, Newports." He goes, "Why don't you switch to Winston so you can make me some fucking money?" He's like, "If you're gonna kill yourself, at least make me some money before you die." And I'm looking at him like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?"
Fuck
Those
that,
are
bro.
the kind of teachers we need back.
You gotta learn how to play the game.
We need.
If he says that, you go, "Fine, B+ this time." You'll see me
We need
outside,
to-
not on school premises,
I
but
did-
you'll
I
see
did
me
get
out
good
and about
grades,
smoking a Winston, motherfucker.
We
I
need
did
the
get good
teachers
grades,
who
I like
are able to
photography.
tell kids, like, "You're a fucking fairy. Stop being a fairy. Calm the fuck
Well,
down."
even if we don't have that, we need to, like, and here's the thing, I think it's a little weird to allow teachers to spank children.
It is.
I think that's,
yeah.
I'm not really for that. And you don't want your teachers to be too aggressive now, but like, the problem is how many videos do you see where it's like, two kids are brawling and the teacher's just like, hey, can you stop? I'm gonna
Well,
call
now they're
security.
afraid to lay their
Teachers
hands
actually
on
got
them.
involved to break them up, and the teachers end up getting
But
their ass.
Yeah,
but that's
that's
the whole
why.
thing is we need to at least, like, I'm sorry, but if like in high school I had a gym teacher who was the captain of the wrestling team. The guy was a goddamn leprechaun. He was 5'4", just brick shit house. I remember when I used to work out in the school gym, and I went to the gym the one day, and he's just got the fucking bar max. He's got compression all the way up his tiny little body, and he's just squatting. It's like 600 pounds. Like, the guy was a beast. I mean, but if a guy like that can't get in the middle and break shit up, you're allowing children to get more hurt. Because I tell you right now, he would have fucking body slammed one of them and put an end to it. Like, I've seen videos where, like, teachers have just been like, fuck it, and just started attacking the students. I don't know if that's right either, but at what point are we going to start treating these kids like men? Like, if you're open fucking swinging on me, if you're trying to hurt this other person and you're 15, you're 16, why the fuck should I not treat you like a straight up man and deck you?
Crash said noble.
Nobling.
Noble.
Like, that's my thing, is it's like, I'm sorry, but like, I think it's fair game. And I'm not saying any excuse for teachers to abuse children, don't get me wrong. But I think if you're a teacher who's trying to break up a brawl, and somebody fucking hits you, fair fucking game.
When I was in high school, our security was actually fucking volunteer firemen. So these were fucking big guys, fucking.
Well, we had
muscles.
CPD that would fucking go through the fucking thing, and it would be Bob. He'd be
Yeah,
like, yeah, my bag has zippers, cocksucker. What do you want me to do?
That school, I know that CPD fucking guy fucking grabbed me in an alley one time and told me he was going to shoot me in the head.
Well, you should have stopped having sex with his daughter.
No, somebody threw eggs at a bus and he thought it was me because I was wearing a hoodie.
Well, that teaches you for dressing out of line now, doesn't it,
Yeah,
you piece of
especially
shit
for fucking
Ute?
the weather, right?
Yeah, but what? That was like early 90s, right?
That was, 93.
Dude, 93, I mean, you gotta admit, 93 was as close, like, the 70s was the Wild West. 93 was the industrial era. Like, shit was still I mean, the Rodney King beatings happened in what, 92? Or was it 94?
No.
It was early 90s. It was either 92 or 94. I want to say 92 because they were filming Terminator 2 at a bar across the street when it happened. Let's not talk. Oh, yeah, our security at Lane Tech, which was a mix of coke fiends and perverts. I remember, I mean, literally, there was 2 of them, I think, that got arrested for fucking students.
Oof.
And this is maybe not anymore. The school is now blue ribbon, and more money than ever has been pumped into it. And the kids are only like 5'3". Have you seen modern day high school children?
Because there's 7th and 8th graders now in there.
I'm seeing hundreds of these tiny little nothings, but not all 7th and 8th graders.
So the entire 4th floor is all 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah, but when the school lets out and I'm driving back, and they're like Jen and I, when I used to go to the doctor on the north side, would drive back home, and they're all tiny. Like, modern day high schoolers are not the same size as we were or your guys were. They're all small. Like, compared to what we were. Like, they're a smaller generation. For whatever reason. Maybe it's the soy. I don't know.
So the Rodney King thing happened March 3rd, 1991.
Yeah, because I remember James Cameron said that the scene where they're in the bar, that was filmed in a bar apparently not too far, like, across the street from the actual Rodney King beatings.
Wow.
And they were filming the night of, and they basically, like, had to pack their shit and get the fuck out of there. LA always was kind of a fucked up place.
Otherwise, they would have been robbed by fucking Sublime and his crew.
How big do you think their classes are now, Fabian? I guarantee they're not shrinking them. They're trying to pump as many as they can.
No, they're not smaller. Yeah,
ours was at the time was the largest freshman
over
class.
4,000 students in that school now.
That's the thing, is our graduating class was like 3,900, but we started, I think our freshman class was like 4,400. Giovanni, you wanted to talk about this lady. Now, I gotta be honest with you.
Queen is dead.
Yeah.
The queen is dead.
I couldn't really
She
give
ruled for
a shit
70
less.
years.
Isn't that too long?
70 years, dude.
And how many was it? 16 presidents in that amount of time.
But
There's
monarchism.
no elections.
Yeah, there's no elections with monarchism.
It's all by blood.
We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished
And
sovereign and much loved mother.
The whole poisoning your family stopped how long ago?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so that's why she.
When did it stop? Game of Thrones.
That's why she
Prayers
was
with the
fucking beat
king
up for 70
and the
years.
royal family.
But I want to talk about this because we were talking about this before stream. Her death, like, people are just after the fucking queen's money now, and I'm not talking like people in parliament. I'm talking like everyday citizens.
Dude, do you think Harry's pissed because like he just like was like, I'm out, dude. I want to marry this chick. You guys don't like her because she's black and American. I'm done. So he gave up all of his fucking royalty, and now she dies.
Oh, shit,
and
that's right, he did.
Yeah,
And he's stuck back in already.
Well, oh, is he?
Yeah, so his children became
Oh yeah, dukes or whatever.
Yeah. So
Okay, I was about to say.
And-
You are the
now-
Duke of Cunt.
it's up to his dad to decide whether he's gonna keep it up like that.
On the Queen's death, Prince William and
It's
his
up- it's
wife
up to-
Catherine become the Dutch and Duchess of Cambridge and Cornwall.
It's funny to say it like this, but now it's up to King Charles to decide whether his son can.
Dude,
still
they're
stay
they're
like that.
changing their national anthem now.
To what?
That's fucking crazy.
The bitch is
King,
dead.
well, 'cause
She's
it's not God bless
fucking
the
dead.
King.
We finally killed her. Like, what are they gonna change it to?
It's God Save the King now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, fuck the
But
Queen.
that's insane.
Already?
Like, you just
Oh, it's
you're
like a
able to
hotel that
change all
just
this
changes the
shit,
sheets,
yeah.
and it's like, bye bye. Oh, wait,
But
I
they-
have something for that.
And all the fucking currency's
India-
gonna change too.
And we say bye bye.
India is after them now because of gems that they took.
Yeah.
And they're gems that they stole from India, and now the country's like, give us our shit back.
I gotta be honest, I would laugh if India invaded England. Like, fuck you, we're taking our gems back. Your bitch is dead.
By population, India would win.
I
There
will
was,
say, Betty White lived to be 99. So America wins the old lady who's cherished contest, by the way. So, number one.
Dude, Betty White's a national treasure.
Always number one.
So there was also a meme out there saying that Prince Charles at the time, retired 70 years ago, and he got stuck back into it. Now he has to fucking work after 70 years of being retired.
Yeah, I saw one where it said a 73-year-old man finally gets a job. All right, we got some actual entertainment news too. New head of DC Films allegedly required to report directly to Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav. David Zaslav has just gone full fucking Queen of England up in there.
He's scorched
He's-
earth like that whole fucking studio system. Like, I don't
He's-
know what they're doing.
So he's the guy they have to answer to, but he's also the same guy that fucking says, "No, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. Fuck what just
Yeah,
happened. I don't
canceled
care about
all
his
this
good or bad.
shit.
Fuck 'em
Yeah.
all." How is that a guy you want to fucking have?
And still
Yes,
wants the
dude.
Flash movie to come out.
Yeah.
So, in the company's QT investor call, new WBD CEO David Zaslav. That's a radio name. I'm David Zaslav. Welcome to my overnight rock show. Confirmed the
Jackie
months of
Daytona.
rumor. Jackie Daytona. Dude, I saw an image of Kenneth Branagh in Wild Wild West, and I was like, holy shit, that's not Jackie Daytona, is it? He looks exactly like fucking Jackie Daytona. Let's see. So similar to the structure that Alan Horn and Bob Iger put together very effectively with Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige. So they're basically just like, yeah, we're copying everything they've done.
Right.
They've been saying we need a Kevin Feige for DC. I'm like, well, first of all, you need to make the studio. So they're finally getting the studio together. They won't shoehorn fucking movies in anymore.
Yeah, but the
There'll be
problem
a
is
studio.
they've killed off a vast majority of the universe, and then they delayed Shazam and they delayed fucking Aquaman. So all you have is the cult leader Flash
whole
movie,
year.
and then you've got Black Adam. Now the problem with that is here's the thing. I think a lot of people everybody loves The Rock, but do you really want to have The Rock being the guy who's leading the charge in your new DC universe?
It also depends on his acting.
He's gonna act like the fucking Rock.
Yeah,
if
he's gonna be
the
The
Rock.
Rock.
Then no, I don't want.
I
that.
guarantee you, no less than 3 people's eyebrows.
He's
Or
gonna be The Rock in that
what is
fucking
it?
movie.
The pectoral pecs of.
Don't get me wrong, I like The Rock. He's a fun actor, but like, I don't know, man. There's videos of him working out with a shirt where it's like DC Universe has a new king, and it's like, bro, people love Jason Momoa because he was kind of out of the water. He's just like, oh shit, this guy we haven't seen in a while. Like, he's kind of popular. Game of Thrones was cool, and he worked out really well. The Rock, and then the whole thing of like, there's no padding in my suit. Who gives a fuck? You're on testosterone. Yeah. Like, you're on steroids, you fucking cunt. Like, no, you literally, the only reason you exist, and I'll tell you how this is proof, is because you are fucking roided up. Tooth Fairy and The Game Plan is when he slimmed down and wasn't the steroid he is now, and they were his 2 worst performing fucking movies. So this idea that, like, I don't need, you shouldn't need padding. You're the goddamn Incredible Hulk, and Pharma fucking funds you.
He's
So you
out of
think
his
he's
lane.
roiding
Like,
now?
he has to be.
You think what?
I think he was roiding before.
No, men just naturally, as they get older, get bigger and more muscular.
He has to be roiding. He has to be.
He's in his fucking 40s. You look at him from when he left WWE to now. Look at the rundown Rock, who, hey man, that man's in great fucking shape. That's a big dude. To goddamn what he is now.
And to that point, yeah, he's bigger now than when he was
Yeah,
wrestling.
men don't get bigger without testosterone supplemental as they get older. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
He's definitely on.
Could he be
something.
doing it naturally? Maybe. I highly doubt he is. He may not be on roids, but he's gonna be. He's on testosterone therapy. He's on HGH. Like, he's on his whatever he can do to maintain that size. Don't get me wrong. He puts in the work. He gets up at 5 a.m. He works out 3 hours a day. I'm not trying to negate that, but he's as big as he has and is grown the way he has because testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see his fucking menu
Who?
when he eats? The Rock.
Oh, it's cheat day. Yeah.
No, his menu in general. Everything.
That would be if I had one wish on this planet, it would be to eat like him, but never grow.
He's like Kirby, dude. He just fucking
Amazing.
opens his mouth and fucking.
I would love that. That should be
Puts
his
it
next
all in.
role.
I mean, but that's the
live
thing though.
action
Like
Kirby movie with The Rock.
he legitimately needs that. Like his body. The problem with living like that, and he probably loves it because that's who he is. But like, your body needs that day because you have starved it of like every. And if you ever listen to Henry Cavill when he talks about the Witcher scenes of like doing a shirtless scene in The Witcher is a 3-day process because he has to dehydrate. The first day he gets 2 liters. The next day he gets 32 ounces. The next day he gets 8 ounces. The next day the day of filming he gets none. It's like a 3-day process to do a shirtless scene. So it's like, does it suck to do that? But you're not natural, bro. You haven't been natural since you left. I think he was his most natural in his last moments in the WWE because they weren't allowing that steroid shit. Because you had Guerrero die, you had Benoit die, so like they were hard on that shit at that point. So I think the last time you've seen The Rock natural is before he filmed. I mean, Pain and Gain is where he really, really ballooned up. But I mean, The Rundown may be the last natural movie you saw of him. Or the Tooth Fairy, or the other ones where he wasn't the steroid he is now.
Gridiron Gang.
Maybe, yeah.
What's Fabian saying? He ain't natty, bro.
He's not natural. Yeah, he's not natural.
Oh,
bro, you forgot our classes were thousands. Oh, I already read that. Here's a video I found, and so it's come out like they've said that he wasn't spitting on him, blah blah blah. But this video came out, and there's a whole backstory with this movie. This is the same movie that's directed by Olivia Wilde, where she apparently fired Even Steven out of it. What's his fucking name? Shia LaDouche. Apparently she fired him from the movie. Harry Styles is apparently the man she cheated on Jason Sudeikis with. So Chris Pine is in the movie. She's the director and in the movie. Harry Styles goes to sit next to Chris Pine, and it looks like... And let me see if this fucks up the screen because it's a little weird. Yeah, let's see if we... Yeah, we're not going to do that because that's stupid. Too much. What I'll do is I'll just grow the screen a little bit here and try to get it in bigger for you. But it looks like Harry Styles indeed does...
it does look like it.
It does look like he spits right on Chris Pine's lap. Here we go. Notice Chris Pine like stops immediately and is like, the fuck? Like here. So right there, it even looks like she noticed it. Like she's even looking at that direction. So it looks very much like he spit right in his lap. And he's kind of got this like, this motherfucker. By the way, why does he look like my aunt? What is up with Chris Pine and this fucking haircut?
I think that was for the role, wasn't it?
I hope so, because he looks like a goddamn Karen.
Dude, I was about to say, yeah.
What is up?
What's going on with him?
This is fucking.
And then
this is
no
Kirk.
Socks and shoes. Oh god.
Gophers for my loafers.
Yeah.
So now the speculation is, let's see if they play it. Okay, this is some random dude who's running his mouth about it too. Oh, there's us. All right, is that all the videos we have? Yeah. Okay, so the whole thing, I guess, is what they're now saying is Chris Pine was holding Olivia Wilde's sunglasses, and he spit on her sunglasses as like a fuck you to her.
Huh.
The whole thing, but then they've insisted that he didn't spit, like it wasn't anything, like he's best of friends with Chris Pine. I don't know.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's Hollywood's a goofy place.
Dude,
yeah.
Now, as we talked about earlier, we do have to give hot
All
dogs for
over.
the Adam Project. And here's the thing, guys. We're trying to spoil movies less. Straight up. The Adam Project is a good movie. There's just, for me, a bit too much, I hate to say it this way, a bit too much heart. Like, it's almost where they go for too much of the emotional nerve without enough of a payoff for me. I.e., this is a big spoiler alert, Mark Ruffalo's still dying in the end. I thought that was a goddamn gut punch. The whole movie, I'm hoping for, like I said, Back to the Future. He puts the letter back together, like something. And they don't deliver on that. And that was like, motherfucker.
See, that's where I'm a little different on that. I think that they did a pretty good job of keeping the drama, comedy, and the action in it. They like actually touched three fucking portions of the movie world, and I thought they did pretty good at it.
I think the combo was good, but I still stand by, like, if Ryan Reynolds' style of comedy wasn't in the movie, it'd be
Yeah.
super fucking depressing.
It would be.
Yeah, that's the only thing is if it wasn't Ryan Reynolds, it would not be the same movie at all. It just wouldn't. It would be a darker movie.
Yeah, oh, very much so.
And like, I'm
But it
I'm
was a good
okay. I'm
movie,
okay
don't
with
get
it,
me
but
wrong.
like, I think Zoe Saldana's character was way too small in it. I would have loved to see more of her. It's really predictable. It is a really predictable movie. Like, everything that happened, like the ending when she fires the gun and the reactor pulls it and takes her out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's as soon as they're standing there, I'm like, no, because magnetic forces, you bitch. Like, I'm just sitting there like, you fucking idiot.
Even with the explanation of the bullet, it was like, it doesn't matter. The bullet's fucking made of what?
Like, literally, it is pulling monitors, right? Which are largely plastic.
Yeah.
And it's whipping them. So that means it's taking the metal components and the microchips in there and whipping them towards the reactor because it's got such a strong metal pull, it's pulling the microchip metal.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then once again, I don't know. I feel like I kind of hated Mark Ruffalo's performance in this. I'm going to say this. I think he was playing an autistic man. And if he wasn't, he's got some explaining to do to some people. Because if he was fucking definitely taking, like, come on.
What is it the
He
wife
was
says?
on something.
The wife says, he's like, our son is an odd duck, just like you. I collect odd ducks.
What was with his
Yeah, she
voice?
did that. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
It's like you don't understand. You can be breaking every ethical rule.
He was trying to put himself off as an old person. I think that's what they were doing, which was the wrong choice, because an old person, their voice doesn't fucking deteriorate just because you get older. It deteriorates as you get like really old.
Yeah, but he wasn't even that old. He was in his like 40s at the fucking. Not even like.
But the way they were trying to portray him as an old person.
I don't know, man. I think it was honestly.
It was just
I think it was bad acting. Like every time, I don't know. It was just every time he was on screen. Like when I first saw him, I was like, oh, Mark Ruffalo, that's a good addition to the cast. And then he's like, yeah, that's how I'm gonna talk in the movie. I was like, what the fuck?
So
like, it turned me off.
Baby said at a concert in New York, Harry Styles jokes about spitting on someone. No, okay, that was right after the fucking.
Excuse
awards?
me, bitch.
I mean, I saw a video of like Harry Styles. Somebody threw chicken nuggets at him at a concert. He's like, "Is this a chicken nugget?" And he's like, "First off, I'm vegetarian. I won't eat it, and it's cold." And he whipped it back at him and killed somebody.
You should have asked for fucking dip.
I don't know, dude. Like,
dip and sauce.
I just feel like Chris Pine's face had this like,
oh fuck, I can't believe you've done
like
this.
that sort of feeling to it. Just like,
He does make that face. He's like,
he's got this like this motherfucker. Okay, I'm on camera. This fucking okay.
We're not gonna have a Will Smith Chris Rock episode. Here.
You wait till I see you at the baby sacrifice later, you son of a bitch. We all know Hollywood drinks their blood. Hot dogs, Giovanni.
This is an easy 3.5 for me. A little bit a little bit above the middle. I wanted more time travel stuff. They could have done way more with it. I did like the banter between the kid and Ryan Reynolds, but I still, the off-putting portion of this movie is that the only comical factor was Ryan Reynolds' style of comedy, and it's so
Which
weird.
It bled into the kid too.
The kid was
Yeah.
great. The kid
Yeah.
really, he did well.
Like if you remove that, that's the whole. It's a different movie. Like it's so weird
Yeah.
if you remove that. But I did like the movie. I did enjoy it.
I want to see Steven Seagal in this movie.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I
Could
will
he be the
say,
father? Could he be Mark Ruffalo?
No, replace Ryan Reynolds with him.
Right,
And
he'd
the
have to be-
whole,
yeah, he'd have to be
the
Ryan
whole
Reynolds'
difference is the kid
character.
is like,
But
this
then
is
he's-
what this is what I
But then
turned
he wants to be
into.
he wants to be the beret.
you need to stop being
wants
such a bitch. I'll teach you Aikido. Yes, if you're enjoying the review, please like the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, just hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, I don't know, this movie with any, like, I'm trying to think who else would work in this sort of role. I feel like Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
He'd be,
Yeah,
he would work in that role, because you need somebody like Ryan Reynolds, to his credit, is a badass. Like, he's done enough
Yes,
role,
yeah.
like, he's constantly ripped. And I do find it, like, the kid's like, holy, you're kind of jacked, man. And he's like, that's what? And you know what? If I was a little scrawny kid,
for all these muscles,
like if I met like future me and I was jacked, I'm like, dude, you're fucking ripped. Like, when did we do this? Like the kid's dialogue is actually, the dialogue in general is pretty good.
yeah. And he
Speaking
actually,
of Jamie Foxx, Day Shift is really good too. I'm glad you guys reviewed that.
I
Really good movie.
really like that fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing I think we're gonna get to a real Blade movie.
Yeah, sure, I was
with
just
now with
thinking that.
Marvel controlling Blade, it's gonna be about his
Collecting the fangs.
daughter, and he's gonna be cool and hip, and it's gonna be PG-13, and we're bringing in She-Hulk. So
and there's no blood.
I just
There's
gotta,
no
I just,
blood.
I just gotta say this: fuck
It's a
She-Hulk.
vampire show, but no blood.
I hate Disney. I hate Marvel. I hate Marvel because the only way I'm going to know what's going on with the Daredevil is if I at least watch clips of this stupid fucking She-Hulk movie. Yes, that's the movie where in one episode she complains about not being taken seriously in her industry by men who look down upon her, and then in the next episode twerks in her office. Yes, because you want to be taken seriously, the best thing you can do is twerk with Megan, what the Stallion, in your
Megan Thee
office,
Stallion.
you young professional woman. The writing makes no fucking sense. And I'm going to have
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
all
this
over the
pile
place.
of dog shit, or at least segments of it, to fully understand where Daredevil's new birth, or whatever the fuck, afterbirth, is going to even be about. That frustrates me. Just like I got to watch at least some of WandaVision. I haven't watched Doctor Strange 2. Why? Because I got to still watch some of fucking WandaVision to understand Doctor Strange 2. And so
Currently,
it's
I think
annoying.
the only Marvel movie you can watch now, and you don't have to understand what happened prior, is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
I don't-
that's right. I actually do have something about that. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I don't think you have to watch the entire series of WandaVision to understand what's going to happen with Doctor Strange. But it is an entertaining thing to watch WandaVision. I mean, just to see the story of Scarlet Witch, and then
Yeah, but
what happens next.
Here's
and, you know,
here's the thing. If I don't give a fuck about the character, it doesn't matter if whether it was good or not is subjective. Fabian, you may like something that you think is good. I may hate it. Same thing with you guys. Like Alex doesn't like vampires, which, by the way, I think we should do maybe for a Halloween episode. We record the live reaction to vampires.
you really want to put me to sleep now?
No, you're angry because of how he wakes up. But the problem is Marvel has trapped themselves, right? Because for a long time, I understand if you liked WandaVision, but I might not. The concept of watching different styles of old school sitcoms until we eventually get to the real story doesn't wholly appeal to me. I'm also tapped out on Marvel. Marvel's exhausting. Marvel, they frankly, their TV shows are not good quality. And I'm going to have to watch WandaVision because I do. I mean, but even Doctor Strange 2, the reviews weren't amazing on that. And Thor 4, which I just want to show this real quick, is now in hot water because it released on Disney Plus. That's right. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch Thor 4 right now. But they changed some CGI in the movie. Apparently, there's a scene to which there's a floating head. I haven't seen it yet.
Really?
In the Disney Plus version, they've changed the CGI and made it worse somehow. Apparently, it was very blurry or something prior, and then
What
they
is
changed
happening?
it. So they're tampering with that sort of shit too. And Thor 4 has got some of the lowest fucking reviews of any Marvel movie out there. I mean, Thor 2 territory. I'll give it a shot. I like Taiki Waititi, but I'm exhausted with Marvel, and they've cut off the legs of the consumer, because the old concept used to be when the Marvel universe started doing shows, and people first started saying, well, we don't really want to have to watch this show. They were saying, well, not everything's made for you. Miss Marvel, the show about the girl, came out, and it's not everything is made for you, you misogynist pieces of shit. But then I can't know exactly what's going on in the Avengers and the movies without watching these products. So they've cut off that leg of, oh, not everything's made for you. Now it's, oh, it's not made for you, but you have to watch it to fully understand this universe. And that's a problem, is you either are all in or you're missing bits and pieces. If I don't want to watch Miss Marvel because it's a coming of age show for a young woman and I don't relate to it, I should not have to. If I don't want to watch She-Hulk because I find the CG terrible and the writing just as bad, I shouldn't have to, but I now have to understand Daredevil's coming into the fray. Also, Wolverine. I don't get cameos of Wolverine and little Easter eggs unless I watch a product I don't want to fucking watch. That's the problem. Is there is no more, it's not made for you. You are making every product for every consumer, and you are fucking failing. The critics who are saying it's not good are saying that because they are forced to watch it to understand the entire overarching universe. It's just like if you didn't like The Shield, would you still understand the Marvel universe without watching The Shield? You guys watched it, right?
Yeah, you would. The thing I didn't like about The Shield, though, was if a movie came out, there were spoilers in the next episode for that movie.
That's what The Shield did, was they actually incorporated stuff from the movies into them, but their stuff didn't incorporate into the movies.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of think like these shows should all be one-offs. Like, look at the terrible treatment of Moon Knight, which isn't going to get a second season. Like, I'm exhausted from the Marvel universe. I think the idea that I have to watch TV shows that I don't want to watch, I don't give a fuck about that Bucky Captain America show. You can't watch Captain America 4, presumably, without watching that product.
Because his origin is in that show. How he becomes and accepts becoming Captain America is in the show.
So if
the movie's going to start, he's already Captain America.
If I don't want to watch a subpar product, which everything I've read says it is, I now have to force myself to understand the movie, which I then have to go pay ticket to watch. And that's my problem with Marvel in a nutshell. DC is an entirely different mess. DC has nothing going for them. They have a Rock movie coming out. They've got 2 movies that are delayed, and they have a psychopath as a star in one movie, and they got to figure out what the fuck to do with that. Their
movies are delayed by
Psychopath
a year.
Or rumor?
They're delayed a year.
No, I'd say
insane.
I'd say Ezra Miller is straight up a fucking psychopath. He's probably a groomer. It sounds like he's a groomer, but he's a fucking psycho. I got to be honest. Here's the thing: no guy my size has ever knocked Ezra Miller the fuck out. And that's really what he needs. He needs somebody to
fucking women.
Exactly. He picks on women and he fucking grooms them. If he came across a good old boy and spouted his stupid fucking mouth off and they knocked his goddamn Hollywood teeth out, then it would be, oh, I'm the victim, and he'd be right back into the mainstream, and it'd be all not his fault somehow.
So as my friend,
there's another Jesse Smollett.
Make him spit chiclets.
I mean, I like to say I'm going to wash your mouth out with a brick. Give you some wood shampoo. I have a tire thumper in my car.
This girl
it's wood shampoo.
This girl I grew up with, she would always say that she's going to punch somebody in the mouth and make them spit chiclets.
I like chiclets. What movie was that?
I don't know.
There was a movie where somebody lost it, but they were clearly chiclets. Like whoever was in there was clearly just pieces of gum. Hot dogs. Did you give them, Alex?
I did not. For me, it's a high 3.5 into a 4 for me. Because I did enjoy the movie.
You did talk highly about it before, like we even talked about reviewing it.
I think it was the chemistry with all the actors and how they reacted with each other that made me like this movie a lot. And also because there was nothing coming out that, because I don't go to theaters anymore, so there was just nothing coming out that was there for me to watch, and this was just something that popped in my lap, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm enjoying this. Ryan
Oddly
Reynolds
enough,
Popped in your
oddly
lap
enough,
and you were enjoying it.
oh, here it is.
Oh my
Pop right on my dick. Oddly enough, this movie, I know it sounds strange, but this movie is technically a son-father movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a son-father
but
movie.
it's also a weird. It's also a weird son-father movie between himself, which is
Yeah,
weird.
between himself, but a lot of what he's feeling and what he goes through is because of what happened to his dad in the movie.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
he brings it
And-
up constantly.
That
And-
scene
and-
that
and-
scene was a little tough to watch at the end where he's like, I love you, and his weird I love you, I love you.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
gonna
really
bring
weird.
that up to you. Being that you and I both lost our moms like 4 or 5 years ago.
The scene where he's telling him to treat her better,
Yeah,
and he's like, believe me, 25 years from now you'll make you sick to your stomach every time you. Yeah, those scenes.
Yeah.
His mom.
I think that's what changed my tone about the whole
That
movie.
scene hit me a
Yeah.
little bit. The scene where he's just like a total cunt to her, and she's like, just like, and then the scene in the bar.
Yeah,
It's one of those things. Like, yeah, you and I have dead mommy problems. So like,
But that's
it's
also
it's
weird-
almost
that's also-
you see those and you're like, if I would do almost anything to be able to have a conversation with my mom at a bar right now
oh yeah.
because I didn't get a last one. So
But
it's like
that
those
bar
sort of
scene-
scenes are like
that
fuck.
bar scene was weird. It was kind of almost like a Back to the Future type.
It was almost
scene.
pedophile-y. Like the way
Yeah.
he looked at her was like,
But
Yeah,
no,
that was-
no. But the way he was looking at her was because he missed her. But the way she looked at him was like, I need this guy in my
well,
life.
also they don't.
That was the weird part.
Are we supposed
Well,
to
I
just
think she
presume
knew-
is she supposed to be dead in the future or alive?
No, she's alive, but he didn't tell her.
They don't ever say that though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they.
Either way, they don't
So,
say if she's alive
watching
or
the
dead
way-
in 2050.
Watching the way Ryan Reynolds, Adam adult, was talking to the kid, I felt like she was dead because it came
Well,
from a point of
he-
like you didn't appreciate her
well,
enough, you didn't treat her right.
Yeah, they don't say one way or the other, but he also the one line that he does say, "I have the best mom."
Yeah.
In the bar, there is that point where he can go, "I had
Yeah.
the best mom." He says, "I have." That is the only thing I can think of maybe thinking she's still alive. But they don't
That's
tell
what I
you
was
one way
getting-
or another.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is like how the interaction between how he saw her, but how she saw him. That's where she was more on the Back to the Future side, and he was just like, "This is my mom." Like that's what like you know what I
Well,
mean. Like the
Also, how does Mark Ruffalo know it's him?
I thought there was a scene where he recognized the watch, but when I watch it again,
No,
it never
it's
shows up.
the first
It never
time he
shows up.
the
I
first
thought
time he
that's what it
meets
was.
adult Ryan Reynolds is in his classroom.
Yeah,
And he looks at him and they
calls
both
him out
and
right
like
away.
he knows it right away
I think
somehow.
I think it's just a dad intuition. Plus he's
Power of
he's-
autism.
he was working on the time travel thing.
Yeah, he also had the wormhole.
He
thing in his
had
head.
that, but I think it was a dad thing. I think that's the same reason the mom went after Ryan Reynolds after he got out of the bar. It was more like she knew something
There was some kind of
was
thing,
up.
yeah.
There was something there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it does all probably go to the idea of like
If anywhere-
remember when she talks about the echo? Maybe
Yeah.
that's the whole concept. It's just reinforcing that.
If anywhere there could have been more time spent, it could have been in those areas about like how it was. Like,
Well, yeah, because those are
what made
gaping
it.
fucking holes.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I
Did
like
you
when I
you
first like I
said
said
you said 3.5, 4, right?
3.5, but now it's you.
I'm gonna go with 3. I like the movie. I will recommend to watch it, but there's holes in the plot. There's things that should have been tightened up, backstories that should have been given. But all in all, I mean, it's a good movie. It's another one of those like shut your brain off movies, and you got and it's more like you're not going to use your brain, but you may have a little bit of emotions from it, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm all set. You guys all set to go home?
I'm already home.
You're breaking the illusion. What kind
Dude,
of
I work
futuristic
from
hot dogs
home,
are
and
these?
I still text my wife. It's like, hey, just got home. Commute was a bitch. She's like, fuck you. Like I tell her that all the time.
Well, Jen will be like, I'm on my way home, and I'll be like, yeah, me too. Never left. Fool. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Do we have Lewis with us next week?
Yeah, next week we're doing Halloween.
No, we're
What
not.
kind of futuristic hot dogs?
Yeah,
are
the
these?
14th.
October 14th, you goon.
God damn it! I was excited.
We're doing that. We're doing that one on the The movie releases the 14th. We're reviewing it on the 14th.
Yeah.
So we're
everybody's
gonna
got to get up and watch it in the morning.
We'll be doing spoiler free as best as we can on that one, since it's literally day of release.
But I mean, we can talk about, because I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the first and
well,
second.
we have to. We'll let everybody know when we're going to spoil things, because we have to spoil essentially the ending, because it's the end of the fucking trilogy.
Are we going to use the term earmuffs?
No, I'm just going to say these are spoilers. Don't fucking listen. Turn it down. I'm going to tell you. Like, mute us for a second.
Yeah,
But,
we can have a
you know,
moment of like spoilers.
But we will have to spoil some things going into the ending. How do you talk about it without doing it? I mean, it's the culmination of 3 movies. You know what I mean?
So Fabian was asking, what kind of futuristic hot dogs are these?
None, because there was nothing.
Do you want to describe them?
The
No, I
kind
don't
that
have a
grow on
futuristic
trees,
hot dog.
apparently 34 or 40 something % of the kids think so.
They have ketchup on them, Fabian.
A
They have ketchup
future
in
hot
the
dog
future.
is like in Fifth Element, where you just put the little seed in the microwave and it's chicken. Chicken. Those are future hot dogs. They're grown locally. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you guys next week. It will be a gangbang. All 4 of us will be back. I don't know. You don't have anything set to review yet, though. So
Not yet. No.
we'll figure out what we're doing. The Halloween month is coming. So I don't know how many movies we're reviewing this year. Because one episode with Lewis, I want to watch 80s horror movie trailers, or horror movie trailers, much like we watch the 80s movies trailers. I think that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll throw in a movie review, or maybe we'll just do that. We have Halloween for sure on the 14th.
Dude, the day we do the trailers, we have to review. Oh, but it's going to be hard to find. I was going to say Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh.
It's not
That's
hard.
so difficult.
I own it on Vudu.
We would have to do a shared thing to watch it.
I bought Ernest Scared Stupid.
That would be amazing to
we could do
review.
that. Okay, we do that.
I saw it on sale, and I was like, "Oh, you silly bitch! I can't wait till October." Yeah, I bought it specifically for October.
Such a
yeah,
good
we'll
Are you
get that.
able to-
What?
Also, can you link your Discord in here too, so that anybody who
I don't have. What the fuck? I gotta sign into my own chat.
That's weird.
I don't have commands.
No, I know. I don't think you could do that on the.
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't think
chat.
YouTube allows that, because they're a son of a. I can
But
put a
you can-
Discord link in there though.
Yeah, you could put them in the whatever you call
Link
it.
to the Discord, and then you're already watching it on YouTube, so you don't need a YouTube link to that. All right, everybody, that's in there. Click the Discord, join in, say hi. It's somewhat fun. All right,
It also
everybody.
lets you know when we're going to be live again.
Yeah, Fridays are our day to go live, and then we've got a bunch. Check out the YouTube page. There's a bunch of fun shit out there. Always trying to do new content. I think the latest video I put out was a Warzone video of a win that we got on stream the other day. So everybody have a wonderful night.
Fabian.
We will see.
Take care.
Yeah, no shit.
God save the king. The
Yes,
king.
yes. We
Now
will
the
see you
king.
guys next
Wow.
week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Ball.
What? What was that?